People say the quiet ones are harmless. My boss didn't believe that. When he fired me for being too quiet, he didn't just insult me. He lit the fuse. And by the time I was done, his entire department lost their voices, including him. This is the story of how silence became the loudest revenge of my life. I'm not a loud person. Never have been. I come in, do my work, stay humble, stay focused. No gossip. No showing off. No drama. In an office full of loud personalities, I was the ghost. The guy who worked hard, stayed late, and never complained. My work was clean. My reports were sharp. My numbers were always on target. But quiet workers are easy to underestimate. And my boss, Daniel, loved underestimating people. Daniel was the kind of manager who believed noise meant productivity. He promoted the loudest ones, not the best ones. He wanted cheerleaders, not thinkers. And I didn't fit his image. One day during a meeting, he said loudly, "Speak up or step out, Mark. We don't pay statues." Everyone laughed. I forced a smile. But inside, something cracked. Still, I stayed professional. I kept doing my work. Quietly. The next month, he started nitpicking everything. "Why don't you talk more? You look too serious. You're bad for the team's energy." Bad for energy? I was literally the only one meeting deadlines. Then came the moment everything changed. On a Tuesday morning, out of nowhere, he calls me into his office. He doesn't ask me to sit. Doesn't even look up. He just says, "Mark, you're too quiet. You don't blend in. Your vibe is off. We're letting you go." I was shocked. Too quiet isn't a violation. It's not misconduct. It's not performance failure. But he didn't care. He smirked and added, "The office feels dead when you're around." That hurt more than the firing. I packed my things. No goodbyes, just silence. But as I walked out, I noticed something. Files on his desk. Financial reports. And one document that wasn't supposed to exist. A shadow budget. Hidden spending. Unapproved vendor payments. Illegal stuff. Daniel wasn't just a loudmouth. He was a thief. And suddenly, my silence became my greatest weapon. For the next week, I did what quiet people do best. Observe. Gather. Plan. I still had access to the shared drive for 48 hours after termination. A small oversight on their part. A huge opportunity for me. I downloaded everything. Budgets, timestamps, emails, vendor contracts. And the big one. Fake training invoices totaling $180,000. Paid to a consultant who didn't exist. The consultant's bank account? Under Daniel's brother-in-law. And guess what? Every manager in Daniel's department had signed off on at least one falsified invoice. Suddenly, the whole department wasn't just loud. They were dirty. I prepared a full anonymous evidence file. Organized. Clear. Undeniable. Then I sent it to heavy checkmark the company's internal audit team. Heavy checkmark corporate HR. Heavy checkmark the board of directors. Heavy checkmark the IRS. Heavy checkmark and just for fun. Daniel's wife. No threats. No messages. No dramatic reveal. Just the truth, spoken silently. 3 days later, everything exploded. Corporate froze the entire department's access. Auditors walked in unannounced. Daniel's face turned white. Employees were pulled into rooms one by one. Some cried. Some panicked. Some tried to blame each other. In one afternoon, the entire floor went silent. Not a word. Not a whisper. Just fear. By the end of the week, Daniel was fired for embezzlement. The assistant manager was suspended. 3 supervisors were terminated for approving fake payments. 2 analysts confessed and resigned. HR publicly announced a department-wide restructuring. The loudest department in the company was suddenly empty. My silence had removed every single one of them. Daniel didn't take it well. He blamed everyone except himself. He tried calling me multiple times. I never answered. Sometimes silence is the most powerful no you can give. A month later, the company reached out to me. Turns out, my quiet work ethic was exactly what the new leadership wanted. They offered me a higher position. Better pay. Better team. Better boss. And on my first day back, the office felt peaceful. Calm. Focused. Productive. Exactly how I always worked. A receptionist whispered. "Mark, the new boss is really quiet too. You'll like him." I smiled. Silence had won. Never underestimate the quiet ones. They see everything. They remember everything. And when they strike, they do it without saying a single word. If you enjoyed this story, hit that subscribe button. And join us for more tales of justice, revenge, and the quiet power ordinary people carry inside them. And if you have a revenge story that deserves to be heard, send it in. Your story might be next.